Here's the New Year's message for 2012, which I will call 10 things you know, even if you don't know that you know, or 10 things to know more about in 2012. Alright, so, number 1, know your self-worth. People, obviously, that's something that we keep coming back to, I think, over and over again in life. And listen, I'm not the master of any of this stuff. And these are, obviously, the things that I teach are the things that I most need to learn myself. I think that's why I'm a good teacher at it, because I'm failing at a certain level in mastering it. So, knowing your self-worth, it's so important, people, intrinsically, because how are you going to know what it is that you deserve? And also, how is it that you are going to know what it is that you need to ask for? What you need in your life. If you don't have a sense of your own self-worth, then you're not going to be able to ask for what you need. So that's something you need to know in 2012. Number 2 is know your own value. Now, you may think that, wait, that sounds like know your self-worth. It is, but at the very end of this, we're going to do a very quick, like 1-minute exercise, and we're going to do something about value. But I want you to think of value in this way for 1 second. Think about the value you have as a human being out in the world. You don't really think of it that way, do you? You don't really realize you are a value in the world. You are a value in this environment. You are a value in LA. You are invaluable in your family. You are invaluable in everywhere you go, actually. But I don't think you take that sense of, wow, my value does not come from the things that I do. It comes from who you are. And so value is, to me, esteemed or understood by, you bring value by how do you show up in the world in a more present way. Or you can bring value by smiling to somebody who's having a crappy day. Or Suzanne was just saying some crazy strangers were like touching her belly when she was pregnant and whatever, that's like, I don't know. But like, you know, she was there providing value to bring somebody joy. Maybe that person always wanted to have a child in their life and they never could. You never know. So that's an amazing way to think about, this is what I contribute in the world, besides all the laurels that you get. I'm not talking about value in that way. Number 3, know that real supporters in your life may bend you, but they don't want to break you. Now what's that mean? Listen, all learning in your life and all relationships is going to bend you in ways that are going to make you, I've got really great friends in my life. Christina's one of my oldest and dearest friends, and she tells me things that I really need to learn. That isn't always comfortable, and it bends me and moves me, just like teaching, just like doing the work. Because it's asking you to look at and explore parts of yourselves that aren't always, ha-ha. But that's not the same in being in relationship or out in the world with people who want to break your spirit. You know what? 2012 needs to be, you're not going to tolerate people who are breaking your spirit. You don't have time for it, people. That's different than bending, and I think we all know the difference. Number 4, know, this is so good, know when you've got the lesson. How many times? Oh, how am I here again? Wait, I know that lesson. I got that in 1987. What the heck? People, know when you have that lesson. You got the lesson. Move beyond it. What number is this? 5, which is very similar. Know when enough is enough. I think you want to think of it this way. Know where your line is, and be willing not to cross over that line. This is my line about what is enough for me in my life. Like being your own standard bearer and not compromising from it. That's important. Again, out in the world and what you allow yourself to tolerate because you cross your own line. Meaning you allow yourself to be denigrated or devalued or these things that ultimately come back to self-worth because you keep moving your line. Don't move it. Let 2012 be a year of, this is my line here. Enough is enough. And you move on if it is not being met.
Tu me fais tourner la tête.